So let's now shift to the Lakers. I'm from Southern California. That's my favorite team until I moved to New York, and now I'm all in on the Knicks here. I want to talk, let's start with the Pacific Division. It's a very competitive division. Lakers are tied at the moment with the Suns in terms of odds. LeBron out last night against the Spurs, no problem, but it obviously dramatic win in overtime against the Spurs. He's out tonight again, as you mentioned on your Twitter. What are your thoughts here on the Lakers' trajectory, let's say, and start with the division?
Well, so here's the thing. It's going to take the Lakers some time. On paper, they look fantastic, but the fact of the matter is a lot of these guys have not played together. You're looking at LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook and Carmelo, and you go down the list. Acclaimed roster, but they haven't played together. Now, LeBron being out, good for Russell Westbrook. He can go back to the player that he was before with the Thunder, with the Rockets, with Washington. So this is fantastic for him. At some point, though, Alex, they're going to have to figure out a way to play together. And I don't know if that's a quick turn, how long that will take. They looked atrocious during the preseason, and they looked really bad through the first two games. Perhaps during this road trip, back-to-back games, San Antonio, then with the Thunder tonight, they can begin to figure things out.
So if you're firing in terms of futures bets here, are you, it sounds like if I'm active listening, you want to wait a little because there's a world where maybe you can get better odds.
100%. I mean, listen, like if you go to Las Vegas, if you go to your favorite book, it's the Nets and the Lakers. Both of those teams started 1 and 2. It's too early. This is a long season. So I'm not about to say, forget about the Lakers. In my view, they're still the best team in the West. There's no Kawhi with the Clippers. We don't know how good the Warriors will be. How does Klay Thompson look when he comes back? There's a ton of questions with the Pacific Division and in the Western Conference. I will hitch my wagon to the Lakers. Is that because I'm a homer? Sure, of course. But the Lakers have the most talent right now.
I'm with you. All right, on one more basketball note here. If you were talking Western Conference, try to be as objective as you can. Warriors out to a 4-0 start here. Suns obviously coming out of the West last year. Do you think there's any value on either the Suns or the Warriors if it wasn't the Lakers, at least from a gambling point of view?
100%. There's great value with the Suns. When you look at the run that they had, there's not enough respect being put on Chris Paul's name. The season that he had, the season that the Suns had. That being said, I can't imagine the Suns going back to the finals. I'm picking the conference finals between the Lakers and the Warriors. But listen, I mean, if I'm going to take a flyer, if I'm going to take some good odds here, Chris Paul and the Suns, I love that.
Hey, little State Farm love there. Okay.